Today marks 1288 days share lessons I learn and continue to learn with all of you. I hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and will empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today we speak about the past. And really, how to make peace with the past. I think that sometimes we could really have some feelings, bad emotions with the past. There might be some good emotions, but we need to really make a peace with that because well, past achievements will not allow us to achieve future achievements. But at the same time, I think that we need to really learn how to reflect on our past. How do we really use our past for the best possible in the best possible way? Because I think that sometimes we're afraid to look in the past because there's maybe some negative emotions there, and I think that you need to learn how to use because I think that past is underrated. Now, of course, the most important part is present, being able to use the past for the present. That's the most important part. How to use for the past for the present. Because if you don't use your past for the present, that means that you potentially leaving something behind. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Wins, losses, that could be used in the present moment in one way or another. And we need to learn that. And today we'll share multiple things. I think that six things that you'll be able to do to really how it reflect on that past. So number one, I think that's set an intention first. That means what do you want to learn about yourself? What do you want to reflect on? Have intention, but just wondering about the past. Maybe it could be once in a while, could be just randomly reflecting on the past. But I think that sometimes we can really look into with intention. I think intention is one of the most important things in life, and then I always recommend book Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. I love what he says that no one by accident end up on the top of the mountain. And exactly it's supposed to be with life. There needs to be intention. And looking in the past exactly the thing. That means that when we're looking for some wisdom, growth, we need to have intention. What exactly we're looking for. So that means when I say that I have a vision for myself, I have some kind of aspiration, goal, dream for our vision, and then we are able to ask, okay, what do I need to do today to achieve that vision? And then we can ask again, what I did in the past, what are the lessons I gathered in the past that I could reflect on and learn that I could use today? So it means everything is intertwined. Vision, present, and the past. So it means when you have that true vision that you really know that's exactly my vision, that is my dedication, that's my commitment, then you're able to start asking what I'm able to gather from the past experiences to use today that you get closer to the vision. And that means that we need to have intention reflecting on that past. Number two, divide divide the past into chapters. Divide the past into chapters. It could be based on experiences. It could be based on age, based on season. I think that be able to really divide because, of course, when you're 30, 35, 40, 50, even at 20, there's so many years went by, so many experiences went by. So when we want to reflect on everything, it's too much information. We're not able to really get anything out of it. But when you really start to check it out, you have some chapters and you have, okay, I start able to reflect one chapter at a time. So what happened in that year? What happened in those experiences? So it means it's really able to really specialize yourself. And when you are very like in even sometimes even in one experience and reflect on one experience, really what kind of nuggets, wisdom nuggets could I get from this one experience or from this chapter? It's very important to really chunk this down because you're not able to really um, not able to get everything from because you changed. Let's look at it in childhood, teenage years, and all things. You changed the way how you approach things changed, so you're not able to blend everything together. So how I used to think at till 10, then till 15, and how what was the shifting in those years, and what allowed to shift. And I think that it is very very important to have ability to really separate things. Number three is use guided questions. I think that the better questions you ask, the better answer you'll get. And I think that is very, very important. So this even being able to really find someone who is very, very good and who is very aware I think that when you look into a person who is very aware about themselves, about life in general, most likely they're aware because they're asking great questions. So if they are aware about themselves, that means that they're able to help you to be aware by asking the right questions and sharing what kind of questions do they ask. So that means sometimes we just say like, what questions do you ask yourself? And just borrow the same question that they ask and ask yourself. That will lead such a interesting places because it will open doors that you never thought about. And then there's like so many things like what moments shaped you the most? And all those questions could really be very, very important to understand that um to allow us to get better. Like what was the moments when I didn't live by my values? What point I didn't live my life based on alignment, but I lived for fear of rejection or whatever it is. Like asking questions that really this is just random questions, but I think that we every single person needs to have those questions that could allow us to open doors in the past and reflect on the past in the best possible because the better questions, the better answers. Number four, and this is very important, watch for patterns, not just events. That means it might be that there was like one event, second event, third event, fourth event. If you look at that separately, we might not be able to really get the most out of the lesson. But if you start looking to, okay, this this is event and next event, combine those events. So this event I made mistake and this event I made mistake. So that means there's two ones or even three events that I made exactly the same mistake. That means there is a pattern and being able to see the pattern and asking like how next time it will happen this how we will be able to really make sure that it doesn't happen again or maybe you're able to look into successes. Okay, there was one success, second success, third success, and what was the denominator, what really allowed me to really achieve that success? And look, this one thing, consistency, persistence, like all it doesn't matter. Like the list of things that will allow you to achieve success in one thing, and second thing, and third thing. That means we need to keep those. We want to make sure that okay, like if though in that area I needed to do this one thing, that means in the future, if I want to success, I just need to transfer the things that actually work. Because sometimes I think that people just don't succeed anymore because they stop doing the things that actually work. So I'm thinking that reflecting the past is important to look at the patterns, the wrong patterns that you want to break, and the great patterns that you want to keep. Number five is extract the lessons and leave the shame. Extract the lessons, leave the shame. So that means that I think that every single person has something that they embarrassed them, or maybe something that they didn't do well. Maybe they disappoint someone. And I think that that's just part of being human. Really disappoint yourself, disappoint others. If you disappoint yourself, of course you'll disappoint someone else as well. And I think that we need to really look into that moment and really accept that moment, not to deny it and not really afraid of it, but really being able to look into it directly and say like, what did I learn from it? How to make sure that it doesn't happen again? Because when you are able to really look into it, accept, and really leave the chain behind and really take that lesson with you to keep it, because you know that the lesson that was made, the lessons that were made, was made by old version of you. And this is such a relieving thing that the past mistakes was done by old version of you, but old version of you are dead. You are alive with a new version of you. So it means that person who did mistake is not existent anymore. And when you really start thinking about it, when you have that perspective that the person that made mistakes is not there anymore, you are totally new version of you. You are smarter, wiser. So it means we're supposed to forgive ourselves because of that. Because you forgive, basically you need to forgive because you're not the same person. Just basically forgive your old version of you. But your new version of you never made a mistake. Your new version of you never made that mistake. And I think that's a very, very powerful lesson. And number six is that turn insights into action. And the beginning I said that the past is for the present. The past is for the present. So that means when you have that massive vision, and we say like, what do I need to do today in the present moment to achieve that vision? So that means that what kind of insights could I get from the past? We could take action now to really get a vision. Everything about about that vision, about success, about fulfillment, about the meaning, is about present. Because all the insights we get from the future, from that vision, all the insights we get from the past needs to be executed today, needs to be turned into actions today. And I think when we're able to do that, when you bring 10% from the future, 10% from the past, and 80% we live in the present, when we're able to really execute on those insights, I think that is Pareto rule, like in making, almost like in the book. We have a cover, that's the past. We have the end, um, future, 10%, and there, of course, in the middle is the most of the effort and the most of the reading, the most of the action, and that's something that's how we're supposed to live our life. The past is very, very important because there's so many insights, and if you don't look into that, if you don't reflect that, we leave that goodness behind. So I hope you just win and see you tomorrow.